This is Team Magma Admin, also known as Alex, also known as Vespa King, because Vespa Quinn's the only deck that I play ever. Today I'm just kind of bringing a little bit of a regionals report. Regionals was last weekend on the 8th and 9th, I believe. And this deck I took Vespa Quinn. I've only really been playing Vespa Quinn, ever. I've gotten pretty decent with the deck. So in the 9 rounds, and I went 5-4. I started out 0-2. I was real salty after the second round, and I'll explain why in a minute. Then I came back, won 4 in a row, then lost two to what I believe are auto losses for this deck. Maybe not auto losses. One of them is. The other one's it's just really tough to get through. And then won the last round, putting me to 5-4, putting me to 88th place. For my first regional since like 2011, that's actually really good. I think so. Um, so the list is, I feel like it's just kind of generic. I was really expecting a lot more Eviltall and Lapras than anything else. A lot of the players that I'd been talking to from different parts of the United States were saying to prepare for both of those decks. I didn't see a single Eviltall, but I did see a Mega Ray, so my techs worked for that, which the way that I built this deck, I feel like Mega Ray is just kind of an auto win most of the time. So I'll get into it. It's rather simple, I guess. We'll pull forward over here. So we've got 3 Shaman EX, only have 2. I borrowed one from Jason because I needed an extra one. That's why I have the Uxie. It's the original, oh god, that's really bright, setup Pokemon. So yeah, 3 Shaman. I did feel some games it was a little clunky at 3, but I wouldn't change the numbers on that. There's some other cards I would change the numbers on, and I'll explain that a little bit after this. So this is the secondary attacker line. We have the 1/1 Zoroark line, Zoroark, and then a 2/2 Blitzel Zebstrika line. Like I said, I was really anticipating getting against Eviltall and Zebstrika and Blitzel are, yeah, I feel like this was just the better line between that, or for that, I should say. Would probably switch my numbers around here a little bit, but don't think it went terribly bad for what I wanted. Next is the Eevee and the Evolutions. I'd honestly take out the Vaporeon, but I felt like all 3 of them were going to be necessary, especially if I hit Volcanion, which I unfortunately didn't hit. Which I'm okay with. The Jolteon really, in my opinion, was the MVP of the tournament. The free retreat on it is amazing, as well as just being able to hit Mega Ray for a ton of damage with Zoroark, Zebstrika, and Vespiquen. Then just 4 unknown, not really much to say. 4 Combi, 4 Vespiquen. I felt like, obviously, that's kind of the namesake of the deck, so I need to play those. I could have not played them. Would have been a really bad deck at that point. So the items, I guess. The 2 stadiums, we have 1 forest and 1 parallel city. I really felt like Parallel City was going to be really good, and it was. Better than Forest. Most people I saw that were doing better than I was were running 2 Forests. Oh well, it happens. Not really much I would change with the item lineup, maybe 1 or 2 items. Got the Super Rod and the Revitalizer. The Super Rod was more for getting the Eevee and then the Evolution back than it was for getting anything else back. Because there was a lot of matchups where I would get the Evolution online and they'd kill it. So I would need to get it back. So that's why I felt the Super Rod was probably a little bit better. And then the Revitalizer, just get the Combi and the Vespiquen evolve and attack. Trainer's Mail, most people are cutting it, but I still feel like it increases the consistency. I've had plenty of times in the games where I hit Trainer's Mail and need to hit like a Sycamore or a Lysander or an Acrobike to put something in the discard pile in order to deal enough damage to get a kill. And it happened. It would work out very well with me, or for me, sorry. Not really much to say about that. Same thing with the float stones. Just put it on as a row arc, free retreat. Pretty nice. Special charge. Pretty salty about one of the matches still. With that. Special charge is just really nice to get your energies back, especially because you're only running 4 DCEs. So it's easier to just have that than, anything else. Kind of standards, Acrobike, Ultra Ball, and Versus Seeker. I don't think I really need to talk about them. But there was a lot of games where I would be pitching my Versus Seekers and I would regret it. But I felt it was necessary based on what my hand was. In those games, there's not really a whole lot to actually complain about, so we'll just continue on. Supporters, 2 Lysander, 2 N, and 4 Sycamore. Honestly, I would have liked to have gone with the 3 Lysander. I know that's probably sounds dumb, but I felt like there are so many games with this deck that come down to sniping Shamans and Hoopas. So being able to snipe those or to bring something active that my opponent can't really get retreated easily, amazing. I might have cut one of the trainer's mails for that, now that I think about it. I'll explain the cuts a little bit later, but that was something that I was really thinking I should probably do. And then obviously for DCEs, probably the most important card in the deck, and they're very beautiful. So my matchups were, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. But I know first round was Umbreon GX with Decidueye GX. He threw the deck together the night before and played it flawlessly, is what he was telling me. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. He did top 32, so that was cool. Next was Quad Lapras. So this is the reason why I was salty. So he gets Bunnelby out, and I just get my Vespiquen set up. I need to draw an energy, so he passes his turn. I don't draw an energy, I pass. He puts the Bunnelby active, and then uses, I think it's Burrow, to mill me for 2, right? Hits both of my special charges. Cool, that happens. Not too mad about it. Goes back to my turn. I don't draw anything. I drew an Ultra Ball. Got a Shaman, didn't draw anything off the Shaman. Pass because I can't do anything. He just plays an energy onto a Lapras and then mills me and hits 2 DCEs. It's like, okay, I should have 2 more DCEs because I didn't use the Ultra Ball yet. I don't think I played the Shaman. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how that played out. But then I used the Ultra Ball the next turn. I didn't have any energies left in my deck, so I just kind of had to concede at that point, because there's no way I'm going to win that. My other 2 energies are prized. I can't attack. I don't have ways to put energies back in the deck, so I just lose the game. Unfortunate, but it happens. I was really salty. We went on to lunch. The trainer TV guys, they kind of talked me out of my salt, and as did Logan and Andrew and Brenna, so that was nice. It was nice to get out and just kind of be like, hey, this is what happened, this is why I'm mad, what should I do, and, don't be salty. Next was Mewtwo. He didn't really know how to play it, I feel, the matchup. He didn't damage change at all, which cost him both games. If he would have damage changed, he'd have killed my things, and he just didn't do that. Felt kind of bad. He didn't really seem like he knew exactly what he was doing, but in game 2, he got set up and started damage changing, but at that point, I was already hitting for 21 or 210 damage, and there wasn't anything he could do about it, so he just kind of lost there. Round 4 was Greninja. Round 5, I don't remember at all. I was kind of not really there during that one, but I won, I guess. I don't know. Round 6, like I was saying, I built this deck for, whatchamacallit, I put it together for Eviltal and Lapras. Well, hit Mega Ray, which Mega Ray is already a good matchup in my favor because I have those and the Jolteon. So it wasn't really even fair. He got set up, and as soon as I got his Zebstrika set up, he just kind of lost. Game two, he knocked out Zebstrika, but I already had another one set up, so he just kind of lost. I felt bad, but it happens. The round seven, I don't remember the guy's name, but he was kind of a jerk. I asked him if he wanted to draw, and he said, no, I'd rather take the win. That made me kind of salty. It didn't help that both games I started with this guy and has 60 HP. Well, game one, he triple Decidueyes and Vile Plumes me. So I just died. Then game two, I only hit one energy. I went through 40 cards. All four energies were in the deck. I drew one of them and couldn't really do anything about it. Even got the Flareon set up and everything, so I could have started taking knockouts like really quick, but just didn't happen. Round 8 was probably my most favorite round. It was against Mewtwo. The guy knew how to play the deck. He knew what he was doing. He knew the damage change and everything, which it seems like most people didn't really know that were playing it. I talked to a guy after the tournament, and he was asking why I thought it was an auto loss, and that's why I think it's an auto loss. I don't think it's exactly an auto loss. It's 60-40, but I have to get 21 Pokemon in the discard pile, and that's rather difficult considering if things are prized, considering if things are left in the deck. It's just one of those things where if I get set up before they can start evolving their Mewtwo, which is very rare, I can win that matchup, which is what happened in round 3, but that's neither here nor there. He played it really well, won, and I honestly would not rather have lost to anybody else than that guy. He was really nice. We talked through the whole game. It was just an enjoyable experience from that one. And then final round was round 9, obviously. And I played against Lycanroc, Carbink, and Zygarde. He knew the deck. He knew how to play it. It was just I had type advantage, and there wasn't anything he could do about it when he knocks out for 1 prize and I knock out for 2. He knocks out for 1, I knock out for 2. It went down to the third game. The third game came down to me having Lysander in the discard pile and 2 Versus Seekers, which I did, so I got I got his Zygarde, then Shaman. So that was how I won that. Overall, what I would change, I would cut 1/1 line of the Zebstrika. I would probably cut the 2 trainers mails, and I would run back the Espeon GX. I feel like Espeon GX is a lot better in this deck than some of the other cards that I was running, and I might take out one of the Shaman as well as this line, the Zerua's Roark line, for those, putting 3 Psychic Energies to Espeon GX, 1 more Eevee, and probably another Lysander. I feel like that would probably have been better. Other than that, I mean, the tournament was really cool. It was rather enjoyable to go play again. I hadn't played since like 2011 in any kind of tournament, so it was just really nice. I'm thinking if this is what I want to stick with, or if I want to try building something else. I'm not really the kind of person that likes to switch decks, but at some point I might have to. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think, what you guys would have changed in the deck, if there's anything you would have changed, or how you feel the matchups go with it, just by looking at it, or if you've been playing it. Feel free to comment that for me. Let me know how you guys are feeling, whatever. So I will see you guys later. This is Team Magma Admin. I'm signing out.